We are on our way from the airport. Dropped off Steve's car. We're going back to Northfield tomorrow. I roped him into coming to watch his ex-horse race in Northfield, and then we're going to drive back to Ontario for Monday morning or late Sunday night, one or the other. Right now we're on our way to the Red Mile to look at some racing. I looked at all the horses I want to look at for tonight. We've had an absolutely incredible sale here in Lexingyon, Kentucky. Ended up with 5 day one horses, a number of very, very strong pedigrees all the way through the sale. Very, very pleased with what has taken place thus far. You know, I was talking about it in the opening video. I don't want to spoil it, but I was talking in the opening video about how far the stable has come since its inception. Now, I didn't know Steve that well until, how long ago was Book the Bet?
Probably four
years ago.
Year two.
So Steve and I didn't really know each other until like 4 years ago or so. He was one of the original, probably the first buyer into a filly that we had that a number of people got involved with. It was actually pretty good for us. Well, most of us. And Book the Bet was the name of the filly, and Steve and I forged a relationship since Book the Bet. So you've had a perfect seat. He hasn't been a big owner. You know, he stayed on the periphery and owned a number of horses with us, but always at sale time, you know, Steve and I end up hanging out because we look at the same horses and we're both interested in the same way in the sales. So you've seen firsthand where we've come from Book the Bet to where we are today. And, you know, a lot of the people in the industry forget, you know, businesses, especially stables in this business, can't be built overnight. Everybody truly believes they can just jump in and, you know, compete with Nancy Tactor. And you can't. You may never be able to. But building a stable you're proud of and a stable that is good for everybody, especially one that brings so many people into the industry like ours, it doesn't happen overnight, and it takes a lot of work. You saw how tired I was on Thursday night.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. No, I was drinking the night before, so Thursday night I was just exhausted. Friday I was good. I was going to do a video on Friday, but didn't have a lot to talk about. I knew that us buying Tailgate Buzz, Tipsy and Dixie's brother, was a slam dunk. I didn't have to say a word. It was sold out today. I knew that was going to happen. But there wasn't a lot of horses I was that interested in. And quite frankly, there's not a ton tonight. Well, I did exactly what I said I was going to come here and do. I bought exactly the horses and the pedigrees I said I was going to do it, except for Father Patrick. I only bought a couple of those. I was wrong about Father Patrick. He did not, for the most part. I know your horse was a little low, but for the most part, Father Patrick's were exceedingly higher than I thought they'd be at the sale. I was wrong. Tactical Landings were a little lower, and actually the horse that I never ever thought would be the loser of the sale, and that's a mean way to say it because he is a good sire, was Bar Hopping. They didn't go crazy high. Not many of them at all. I don't remember seeing any of them go exceptionally high. The ones that we got were, well, Tailgate Buzz. Tipsy and Dixie's one of the best grassroots fillies in Ontario. She's made just shy of $100,000. Her sister made 70 in 6 starts and was third in the final in Pennsylvania. Yeah. Took a mark of 155 and 2, and that's her full brother that sold yesterday, and he's a good-looking colt. There's no way that colt brings 22. I was not really in a rush to get back to the sale. My only concern was I didn't want to see Wayne Schaefer's horse go through for next to nothing, but in the back of my mind, I didn't really think he would. And if I don't make it there to bid on him, you know what he goes for? $17,000. Mm-hmm. That's what he brings. So I was wrong about Father Patrick, but where we would do our shopping and where we would find the most value, I was absolutely right in. Smaller consignments, missing parts of day 1 and day 2 where there was just some sort of inexplicable low in the sale. To buy that Muscle Hill at the end of day 1, Sir Strong, that horse is not a $25,000 horse. I marked him extremely frugally the day before at 50. But came from Buzzy's, that family, that horse that Buzzy had that time. We'll talk about that.
Califon?
No, not the Califon horse, the other one. I'll remind you in a minute.
Okay.
So Sir Strong, I wasn't wrong on this horse. Now, I might be wrong about everybody come next July, but as we're sitting here at the sale, that is not a $25,000 horse. That is a lot more. And it was smaller consignments. I can do a more extensive video sometime, or you can call me and ask me what I mean, but you know firsthand, the little guy, he takes a real beating in this sale. This sale is built around the pomp of Lexington, you know, the bigger breeders. And the smaller guys just don't get it the same way. They can get hurt at this sale. And we were there to hurt them, quite frankly, in the it sounds mean, but I mean, your horse, you know what he goes for if I don't turn around. You know, same as a couple of the Midland Acres, Tailgate Buzz. There is a pattern forming here. All those horses that I told you were nice horses, small breeders, all of them. I'm going to the Red Mile, sweetie. It's right there. That's the barn area.
Actually, you will be surprised at the bar hopping average when you look at it.
What is it? You can tell me.
51,000.
Oh, wow.
He grinded out a nice living. No, there were 16 and they averaged 50. That's
so I was wrong. Steve says the average for bar hopping was 50,000. It just seemed to me it was grotesquely lower than that. But whatever. I know the ones that we bought. The one on day 2, early in day 2, the one that Amy liked, Leaps and Bounds, and Tailgate Buzz. You're not buying those horses for what we bought them for.
Yeah, bar hopping average more than tactile landing. It's considerably more.
Now, that is shocking news. So I'm wrong again. But at the same time, I was right in the ones that we bought.
Yeah. Oh,
you're not buying those horses. You know, those horses at that price forced me to purchase them. And I was happy to.
Where do you miss the driveway?
You go around here, honey. You got to go in the other way, too. It's fine. Here, just wheel around.
I've never
here.
gone in this way.
You win that way over there. But that's the way I always come from. So we can win this way. It's not a big deal. So what I'm saying to you, I don't want to turn this into a long video. What I'm saying is, quite frankly, the horses we purchased were done in the right manner. And it led and leads and has led in the past to the stable.ca being in the position we are in. We may have paid a lot of money for 3-point blue chip last year. You weren't in timonium, but the reason we got them was, one, last year was a little different year with all the COVID and everything around. Secondly, Walner was a first crop sire. Thirdly, the eyeballs that would have been on him just weren't on him, and we had to be ready to purchase the horse, and I was. And that is how you get to be where we're at. Not in 1 year, not in one lump sum of $2 million, hey, buy me some horses. No, it takes time to build what we built. I couldn't have done it without you, couldn't have done it without guys like Steve, the work of my wife, but that is how the stable.ca became the stable.ca. So, tonight we are heading to Lexington. We have looked at a number of Ohio breds. We have looked at a number of Ontario breds. We're going to maybe look cautiously. I'm not going to say with any certainty we're going to buy horses, but we're going to be there to buy them if they're going to be ready to be bought. So, a absolutely fantastic Lexington sales year for us. We're here at the Red Mile. We're going to watch some stake races. We're going to head back over to the sale. Might get a bite to eat at some point. But it all comes to an end tonight. The curtain closes tonight on Lexington. Couldn't be happier with the year we've had, and we still got lots to come. Stake races in Ontario, stake races in Ohio next week, and then obviously culminating with what I hope is the biggest spectacle every year, and that is our boy 3-point heading to New Jersey for the Breeders' Crown. So, if you want me to look at any of your horses, I've probably already looked at them. You can send me a message. Be happy if I haven't. I'd be happy to go over and look at them. We've still got lots of time before the sale. 6 hours, 5 hours, 5.5 hours before it kicks off at the Fasig-Tipton Pavilion. So, we'll talk to you all soon. I hope everybody's having a great week, because I know I am, and I know you are too.
Really?
Take care.